up, y'all? How y'all doing? It is a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Let me tell y'all something before I start the video, right? Dude, Texas needs help, man. Texas needs prayers. So please pray for Texas. Pray that people's houses get fixed back up again because it's just bad out here. A lot of people's houses, the pipes broke and stuff like that. So you have a lot of damages to houses and stuff. And I'll tell you, if Corona didn't take out Texans, this snowstorm took out Texans. It's kind of weird too because how people say it's a blizzard. But of course, I understand in Texas terms why it would be considered a blizzard, just because they don't get snow out here like that. Like if they get snow, it's like a little dusting, and then by like noon, it is gone. But this stuff lasted. Well, started Monday night. No, started Sunday night, and then lasted till Wednesday, Thursday. No, it lasted till about Thursday. Thursday, that's when it started to melt away and stuff. Thursday, Friday, it really started melting. It was in the 40s on Thursday and Friday. Part of Saturday, we was in the mid 40s and stuff like that. So that's the good part about it, But yeah, pray for Texas because it needs prayers. Now gas is going up to like $2.50 now. I know to the Northerners and Westerners, California people, it's nothing because we've seen prices, like I know when I was there, I seen prices that was like, well, in New York, not Cali, because I've never been to Cali. When I was in New York, I seen prices that was like $3 or something like that, So I know gas prices go high. Plus, they even told me that gas now in New York is about $2.50, and I'm like, dude, gas is the same price as New York now? Man, it's crazy. But like I said, I'm going to move this up a little bit. Like I said, just keep Texas in prayer, especially after that. Because before the snowstorm, we had the pile up. We had the pile up, and that was crazy. That was crazy, man. 130, they said 130 cars or something like that, pile up. But miraculously, only 6 people died. I'm telling you that, to me, that's weird. But I thank God that's only 6 people. Because we're talking about 130 car pileup. We're talking about 1.5 miles long. And only 6 people died. You got to give thanks and glory to the God that we serve. The God of Abraham. The God of Isaac and Jacob. The God that is alive and well. Anyway, y'all. So today, let's just get straight into it, man. I'm talking about God's plans, right? Because a lot, and I probably have spoken about this before. If I have, I'm sorry. Bear with me. I'm at a different place now, so of course it's gonna sound a little bit different now. Usually, right? One of the biggest things in life now is determine what God's plan is for your life, right? Determine what God's plan is for your life. Determine what God's plan is for your life. Determining what who He wants you to marry, where He wants you to go, where He wants you to live, all of that, because we all tie that into God's plan, right? But I truly believe that God has given us the free will to decide who we want to marry, where we want to go, where we want to live, the job we're supposed to have, all of that. I don't think that that God just says, hey, no, you're supposed to have this job, da da da, or no, hey, you're supposed to marry this person, da da da, or hey, no, there's only one particular person for you to marry, and this is the person it is. No, I really don't think that, but a lot of people have their own opinions about that and stuff like that. I just believe that you're supposed to have peace on the situation, right? So a lot of times for me, right, whether it's because I'm moving again, whether it's because I moved, whether it's because of the job that I want, whatever it is, the person I'm dating, the person I want to marry, whatever the case may be, a lot of times is that if I have peace on the situation, I know that it's of God, that, especially the fact is that because in all reality, I do pray about every situation that I do, right? I may not be like fasting and praying, like hard, like fasting and praying, like but I do pray about the situation, and if I do feel peace about that, then normally I'm like, all right, boom, let's move. Let's do this. All right. This is the person I wanna date, and I'll pray about it. Hmm. Okay. You know what? I feel at peace about this person. So I'll make every advance that I can. Sometimes they don't work out as well. I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe I felt something different. Okay. But whatever it is, I normally pray first. Like I said, I don't always go into that deep, hard fasting and praying. I guess some people believe that you should be fasting and praying and stuff like that, and hard and stuff like that. Um, but I truly believe that if you have a peace about whatever situation it is, if you feel at rest with whatever decision you want to make, yo, go for it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Um, but all right, so let's talk about moving, right? So moving. So when I first moved from New York City to Dallas, Texas, right? Well, not really Dallas, but Fort Worth. So when I moved from New York City to Fort Worth, um, I've always had for the past year, about year and a half. I haven't prayed for a year and a half, but for about a year and a half, I had that urge, just to try something new, try something different, right? And there's times I off and on I'll be praying, hey, it's like can someone pray for me for direction, for this, for that, and they will pray and stuff like that, right? And a lot of times within that period of time, I did pray and stuff personally, because I feel that if you want to have somebody else pray for you, you should be praying for yourself. That's just how I feel. So throughout that time, I did have people pray for me. I did pray for myself, but throughout that whole year and a half, I had that desire, like, yo, I need something different, man. I need something different. I need something different. And then within the year, no, within the year, oh yeah, within the year, I was supposed to move. So okay, so I moved June 2019, and in January, February, no. Because at the end of January, I went to Chicago. After Chicago, I went to Fort Worth to visit some people out in Fort Worth. And through that time, like one lady had said a prayer. One of the people I was staying with, the family I was staying with, they said a prayer that I was like, oh, yeah, I think this is God speaking to me now. And because what they had prayed, certain things started to happening before we even said amen. Like my message was going off for whatever she was praying for. My message was going off, letting me know that now it's time. It's time. So now I started been releasing from certain things, uh, and at that moment I'm like, yo, I think this is God telling me it's time to go. Within that. So I came back February, March, April. I really decided to say yes, this is the time. April, I started looking for an apartment. I found an apartment. I'm like, oh, this got to be God. And like I said, I felt peace about the situation. I felt peace about it. Anyway, then then that's when I put in. No, I think in March I put in my 2 weeks notice. Well, not 2 weeks, but on my date of resigning from the job that I was doing, because I was in a New York City job. So I put in my time and say, hey, listen, I'm June 2019. So June 21st was my last day at that job, whatever. And like I said, I felt the peace about it. And then of course, just coming out here, I'm like, yo, this is peaceful. It's calm. It's quiet. It's peaceful. It's beautiful. Everything is beautiful. I'm like, yeah, I feel at peace about this situation. Of course, there has been hardships throughout the time of me being here, but I thank God for all of that, because all of those hardships that I've had, it's only made me a little bit stronger than what I was before. And even like dealing with stuff from last year, then dealing with stuff now from this year. I know this year hasn't even fully started yet. But dealing with stuff from this year and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff that I've gone through, I thank God for that, because if I didn't move here, I wouldn't have had all the struggles I've had. I wouldn't have had the car now. I wouldn't have had the job for me to get the car. Yeah, there's just so much stuff that I've had accomplished here that I gotta thank God for me being here. Now, am I called to be here forever? I don't know. Am I going to be staying here forever? I don't know. If I am I going to be staying here for the next year or so? I don't know. What God will have for me? I don't know. And I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with saying I don't know. But bring me back to it is that a lot of us, our plans look straight, right? Our plans like this, right? Sometimes God's plans is like here, you gotta go here, you gotta go here, you gotta go here. Sometimes you gotta go back. God's plans is not like ours. And a lot of times we gotta always seek God in every decision. And I know that may sound contradictory to what I said earlier, but seek God. When you seek God, when you pray about a decision, you praying about a decision, you praying about it, and you feel peace, act on it. Act on it. Because throughout the time, as you resolve, as you go on, as you feel at peace, God is going to help you with that decision. God is going to give you the fortitude that you need just to press on throughout the situation. Instead of saying, you know what, okay, yeah, I tried it, okay, it didn't work out, so no. It's saying, you know what, Lord, you got to give me the strength just to keep on going through. I don't understand what's happening, so you're going to have to help me, you know. Our plans in our minds is going to look like a straight line. Just a straight line. But God's plan is going to be like, you know, like, that's what God's plan is going to be looking like. All of this. But in the end, that one goal where you're supposed to be reaching, you're going to be reaching that. Philippians 1:6. I'm going to butcher this verse like crazy because I don't have a Bible near me right now. But it said the gist of the verse, it talks about it says that he who have began a good work in you will complete it. It will be completed until the day until when Jesus comes back, when God comes back, that's when it will be completed. So God's plans may look like this, may look like this, may look like this. You may have to go back a little bit. You may have to try a little bit harder. You may have to fight a little bit more. You may have to go through life a lot more. But that end goal, that you see right here, you're going to finish that goal. You're going to finish that plan. But you got to fight through it. You got to put on your boxing gloves and you're going to have to fight through it. A lot of people, when they reach hardships, when they reach hard times, I know it's going to be a long video, but when you've reached hard times and hardships, a lot of people's like, and they just quit. Instead of saying, you know what, this is a hardship. This is a hard time. So you know what? I'm going to press on. I'm going to ask God for the strength. I'm going to ask God for the fortitude so I can just keep on fighting. So I can just keep on going instead of just giving up. James chapter 1 talks about that. Endure. Endure through the hardships. Endure through the hard times. Come on now. Endure. That's what we're called to do. That's what we are. That's who we are. So I'll definitely be seeing y'all next time. I gotta cut this video. So be blessed. Let's stress. Let's go out and do it. Pray for Texas once again. Like, subscribe, all of that. Comment. Share with somebody. Anybody. Share with somebody, all right? Take care, y'all. I'll see y'all next time.